Why do I do this to myself? Why do I support the Dallas Cowboys? Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? We, the bullshit is already beginning, and the body is not even dead for the 2024 season. The bullshit is already starting. Stephen Jones, aka Catboy, has already ruined the offseason. Cowboys executive vice president Stephen Jones on the upcoming offseason will be more challenging than this year was for Dallas. Now keep in mind, the only thing we did this year was sign Dak and CD. And we brought back Zeke and we brought in Eric Kendricks. We didn't sign any big name free agents. We let go 9 starters. Here's Stephen Jones. And mind you, we have over $20 million right now of money that's left over. That'll roll over to next year because I don't think they're going to sign anybody this year. No, I don't think we're. No, I think we know we're going to have a challenge this year and next year. It's going to be really, really tight because we still have some money left over from some guys who aren't here today. You're going to have to, and you're going to have to, and you're going to have some other guy. I'm reading it the way it says it right there. You know, maybe he was drinking some of that cognac or something. Let me try to see if I can read that again correctly. And you're gonna to have some other guys that won't be here in the future that you still have to count on the cap. You mean like Michael Gallup because you screwed up with the contract with him. You don't sign people when they're out injured. You wait till they come back and see if the shit's fixed. You mean like Terrence Steele? You mean that shit? Because you, jackass, are the one who signed those guys to those contracts. But you know, let's go through this. Let's go through this kind of for a second here. Because, you know, as my wife said, you think I'm Bobo the fool? Now, I don't know Bobo, but apparently he's a fool. Okay, wait a minute. Let me. Now we got ads up on here. Okay, thought I had the wrong screen. So here we are in 2024, right now. Right now, oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was 20 million, but it's $19.852 million. Now, here's what's amazing to us because every year before when the league started, we had to gut people to get to zero. That we were always way over the cap for the first time in forever. And I mean forever. We actually will carry over money into next year. So let's go through here and let's go to 2025. So what Stephen Jones is saying is we're going to have some players that won't be back, but we're going to have to pay them because we have voidable contracts. And you know, I get that. I get that. But here's the thing. If we go through as things stand here today, going into it with the assumption that DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Martin, and Brandon Cooks aren't here, yes, it's true. It is true that $21 million of their money will count on the cap. There's also the money from Michael Gallup that will be another $9 million that will be there on dead money. And then, of course, you know, we signed that garbage-ass quarterback that you guys talk about, Dak Prescott, whose cap number is 89, right? And we signed CeeDee Lamb, and his cap number is $35 million. All these things are already put into the equation. So when the year starts, because you see up there, there's $22 million. So when the season starts around March 15th, Cowboys will actually have $42 million without doing anything. Now, there's things the Cowboys can do, as others have done. You know, Jeff Kavanaugh has done videos on, as well as The Fish, okay? Gone Fishing with Mike Fisher has talked about as well. That easily the Cowboys can get to $100 million. Now, let's say that the Jekyll and Hyde guy, who counts as $18 million next year, Terrence Steele, let's say the Cowboys decide to make him a post June 1st cut. Well. The Cowboys save themselves $14 million. Whoa. Right there. That means they've got $58 million. Bam! Just like that. They got $58 million. Now, keep in mind, Micah Parsons' deal is $21 million next year on the 5th-year option. Well, let's go back here for 2024. CeeDee Lamb. Now, CeeDee Lamb's cap number for his 5th-year option before they got his contract was $18 million. Lo and behold, take a look at what his cap number is for this year, getting his new contract. $8.7 million. They saved $10 million. So if we go back here on 2025, okay, now we got up to 58 just by cutting Terrence Steele. We go ahead and we get Micah Parsons done, and let's say we save $10 million on there. Bam! Just like that. $68 million. 68. If we go over here, if you go to Over the Cap, which is what I always use, click on this and shout out to Kavanaugh, because I didn't actually notice this restructure. It's built into the contracts, okay? These are all the contracts that the Cowboys can basically use the voidable years. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott's contracts go out to 32 with voidable years. They can spread that money down the road if they want to. But again, if they decide not to pull the trigger on Dak or CD, you got $60 million. But if you want to, you can restructure and save yourself $37 million. $37 million for Dak. Diggs, 5.8. Brandon Cooks, 6.8. CeeDee Lamb, $20 million. Donovan Wilson, 2.6. Terrence Steele, you could restructure or cut, $9 million. Oh, and it goes down the line. So, I don't know what kind of bullshit that Stephen Jones is trying to pull. We got cap issues. If you honestly, I am not an accountant. I'm not an accountant, okay? But here's the thing. I know I didn't have money to fix this place, okay? I'll be 100% real. And as God is my witness, my wife came down through there, and she will verify that. But you know what? I figured out some ways that we could save some money and some other ways that we could find some money over here to get the things that we needed. I didn't want to go all the way to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to get the lime putty and things like that because it was, like $60 for a 5-gallon bucket of it and things, right? So I figured out how I could make my own and stuff, basically for about $20 a bucket and things, all right? So you find ways, if it's really important to you, you find ways to do these things. It's so funny that the Dallas Cowboys, the team that has spent the least amount of money for the last 9 years, the last 9 years that has done absolutely positively nothing in free agency, as opposed to seeing what the 49ers have done or the New Orleans Saints have done or the Baltimore Ravens or the Philadelphia Eagles, where they're out there bringing in all kinds of talent. I never ever hear those guys say we're going to have financial difficulties and have a hard time signing people. What they do is, and probably the reason why they're winning and you're not, is because they don't say we can't afford. Well, Bruddy, if you can't afford to get the players that you need on the field, then you can't afford to win. We are in the same sinking ship, bro. Blocked. It was blocked, y'all. Oh my God. Who got the ball? Did they fuck it up? Did we not get it? Oh God. Oh. I hate this team. Oh fuck. You got to be shitting me.